Hey everybody, Vanessa Alfano here from HealthyStyleNY.com and Healthy Style Yoga. We're here at Lakefront Yoga, and today we're talking about pregnancy and yoga and some of the moves you need to totally avoid while pregnant. See, I am 6 months pregnant, and I did yoga with my first pregnancy up until practically the end, and I thought it was great. And I think it's a great thing for women to be doing, but you have to be aware of the things that you can and can't do while pregnant. And you can't, unfortunately, rely on an instructor to, in a normal group class, to have their eye only on you, or to, although they should be telling you all the modifications, unfortunately, not all of them will be telling you modifications throughout. So arm yourself first with the knowledge. And if you're new to yoga, I would definitely say take a prenatal class. That's definitely the way to go. New or not, prenatal classes are great, especially if it's the first time you're doing yoga while pregnant. But if you are going to a regular group class, here are some definite no-nos and things to avoid. Okay, number one is you don't want to be laying on the baby, which means you're not laying on your belly, okay? Maybe in first trimester when there's no belly there, you're lowering down in your chaturanga or in your knees, chest, chin, and it's okay because your belly's not really hitting the ground. But as you get bigger in later pregnancy, you don't want to be doing that. So either you're skipping the quote-unquote vinyasa, the process of lowering down to knees, chest, chin, and chaturanga, and coming up to upward dog, and you're staying in plank and pushing back to down dog. Or one modification, blocks are your best friend. Pregnant or not, I love props, blocks especially. So what you want to do is you want to take the block, place it under your belly at your hips, okay, or your pelvis almost, and use this as the thing that's going to prevent your belly from hitting the ground. So you have to kind of figure out where that hits. For me, it's right there. You're going to play with it a little bit. But now, when we're here, you're having a supported kind of chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. So when you're in your plank, okay, you drop your knees, your chest, your chin, and I'm supporting here, belly's not touching the ground, and then I'm coming up, okay? So the block is your best friend. No laying on your belly. If the instructor has everybody laying on their belly, skip it, of course, don't do it. Either go back to child's pose or take a cat-cow or ask for a modification. Or go to down dog, or sometimes down dog even gets a bit difficult for some pregnant women. Whatever it is, listen to your body and ease out of it when you need to ease out of it. Make sure you can still fully breathe. When you're pregnant, your body is not the same. It's not your own. Even as I sit here gasping for breath, I realize, you can't breathe the same way. You can't do the same thing. So be aware of that. So no laying on your belly. Number two, no twisting, heavy twisting. So quite often, there's a lot of different twists in yoga. One of them, let's say we're in a simple spinal twist. Okay, so if we're usually here, now already my belly's up against my leg. So instead of wanting to be completely centered and lifting in and pushing in, I'm going to ease out of it, leave space for the belly. No matter what the move, you might have to widen out in a lot of postures, leave space for the belly. And while we would usually twist this way, okay, and really wring out everything, if you're pregnant, maybe you're doing the opposite twist and you're doing an open twist and you're not twisting as much, okay? Not taking an intense twist, but a spacious twist, an open twist, whether it's down here in your spinal twist, a seated spinal twist, or even a twist that you're laying on the ground and usually you would drop your knees one way and take the twist this way. You want to now widen out, okay? So if you're on the ground doing a spinal twist, widen your feet to mat with distance, again, create the space. Then drop the knees, maybe to the left, and maybe the gaze goes right, and see if that feels good for you. If it doesn't feel good, don't take it. Also twists, there are lots of twists and standing poses. So if you're in, say, a crescent pose here, or a crescent lunge, and maybe they have you bring your hands to your heart center and take the twist, either skip the twist or open twist here. And again, maybe you modify, you drop the knee, and then you open twist. Because the other thing you don't want to do is risk falling. And that brings us to our last, sorry, my computer keeps timing out, so I can't see myself. There we go. Our last point, and there are many other things you want to be aware of, but these are just 3 of them while pregnant, and that's inversions. And the jury's still out on inversions, whether you want to be doing them or not. My advice is, if you were not doing inversions before you got pregnant, don't start now. Headstands, handstands, even shoulder stands. If you weren't doing them already, don't do them now. You don't want to risk falling. Even if you were doing them beforehand, you have to decide for yourself whether inversions are something that you're comfortable continuing to do. Your balance is different when you're pregnant, so you don't want to risk falling, whether it's in an inversion or even a simple standing pose like tree pose. Better to err on the side of safety as far as I'm concerned. The other thing with inversions is some people believe they're just not good while you're pregnant because of the way the blood flows, and being upside down and some other things. So it's really for you to decide. I personally do not invert. I have in the last couple months to show students how to do headstand. I've done it quickly and then I come out of it, but I don't hold any inversions for the usual 8 to 10 breaths or whatever it may be. For me, it's not something I'm interested in doing. So it's a personal choice, but you have to listen to your body and see what works for you. That's the biggest piece of advice. Listen to your body. Talk to your doctor before starting any exercise program. But educate yourself. There's so much online now about yoga and pregnancy, and what to do and what not to do. And ultimately listen to your body and listen to yourself and your gut and what it tells you. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing, and always try a prenatal yoga class if you're completely new to yoga. Anyway, for more information and more healthy living content, you go to HealthyStyleNY.com. For more info on yoga and healthy style, go to HealthyStyleYoga.com. You can see this place also, which is Lakefront Yoga, which is a beautiful spot that I quite often practice in. And for more adventures in mommyhood, or learn more about my adventures, you can go to mommyhoodtake1.com, and that tells you all about what I'm up to in the mommyhood realm. And quite often I talk about yoga on there as well. So happy yoga, happy pregnancy, and feel good and take care of yourself. Until next time, namaste.